and welcome to our video summary of The Knight's Tale. This is part of our Canterbury Tales video series where we look at each of the 24 stories written in the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. And should you want to find our analysis and summary of other stories in the Canterbury Tales, do make sure you check out our channel and you will find it all there. So in this video, I'll summarise all you need to know about this story, and I will also provide some analysis that you should be aware of when reading and writing about this tale. So let's get started. So the knight is someone who's incredibly admired by the narrator. He has fought in many of the crusades. He's very brave, but he's also meek and gentle, and he tries to resolve conflicts within the group of pilgrims. His story fits perfectly with the knight himself. It's all about battles, romance and honour. Now, in the story, the knight's tale goes thus. So there's Palamon and Arkwright, and they are cousins. They are captured by Theseus while fighting for Creon. From the prison, they see Princess Emily, who is Theseus' sister-in-law, and Palamon sees her first and instantly falls in love, followed by Arkwright or Arkwright. Arkwright, that's the pronunciation I'll go with, is released from prison and sentenced to exile instead. He later returns to Athens and becomes a page for Emily. Palamon escapes the jail. He wanders in the forest and comes up to Arkwright. The two begin to fight for Emily, but are found by Theseus. He proposes they instead have a tournament to decide who will have Emily. They agree to battle over Emily, and the winner will get to marry her. They both get 100 men to fight on their side. Palamon prays to Venus that Emily will be his wife. Emily prays to Diana that she will marry the one who truly loves her, and Arkwright prays to Mars that he will win the duel. Palamon is wounded in the fight, and Theseus declares the battle over. Arkwright has won, but then he is thrown off his horse and fatally wounded. As he dies, he tells Emily to marry Palamon. All three prayers have been fulfilled. Emily and Palamon marry and live happily for many years. So, when you're thinking about the analysis, there's a few things that are worth mentioning, particularly if you're writing an essay about this or sitting an exam about this. The first is to do with fate. So the knight suggests that the characters' fates are not always up to chance. There seems to be a fortune or a prime mover that controls much of what happens, as many of the events in the story seem too unlikely to just be coincidence. Also, many of the characters still praise the gods and acknowledge that there's some greater order to the universe. Another thing to be aware of is gender roles. So this tale deals a lot with gender roles which were accepted back in the medieval ages. So the women in this story are portrayed as very emotional and irrational. They make men do very senseless things, like how Emily is the reason for why the two good friends fight. Theseus, by comparison, embodies male values of rationality. Even when fighting, Arkwright and Palamon uphold the order of chivalry and honour. Now, when it comes to other characters, this is important to bear in mind. So you've got the wife of Bath, who's a professional seamstress who's been married many times, and she's experienced marriage, love and sex. And the pardoner, who grants papal indulgences, meaning for a donation to the church, some sins are forgiven, and he collects profits only for himself and collects fake relics. And these two characters are interesting, particularly when you're thinking about gender roles. So that's it for this particular story. If you enjoyed the summary, do give us a thumbs up, but also do subscribe to our videos. This is one of a series of 24 videos we are doing on the Canterbury Tales. If you want us to go into more depth on a particular video, do let us know in the comments, and thank you so much for your attention.